Bourbon Street terror attack. This is a short analysis of the available evidence released to date and the unanswered questions.
How did the terrorist park his 20-foot truck? The FBI said he parked within 2 minutes of entering the French Quarter. Did this elaborately planned attack depend on luck in getting an oversized parking spot in the French Quarter on one of the busiest nights of the year, which is practically impossible? Or did he have help? Did someone hold a spot? Did he have access to off-street parking? Was he really a so-called lone wolf or just a lowly pack member? Here we see him at 1:48 a.m. dragging the cooler bomb along Bourbon Street near Orleans Street. He stops and checks his device and appears to be in communication with someone for about 15 seconds. These are not the actions of someone acting alone or who carefully planned this or who is in charge. Then he starts to go, but he immediately stops and turns his attention to his device and appears to again communicate with someone for several seconds. Finally, he heads off in the direction of St. Peter Street, dragging the cooler. Then at 1:53 a.m., we see him with the cooler bomb 21 yards away down Bourbon Street near St. Peter Street. He steps out, turns 90 degrees, and waves slowly and deliberately for 6.5 seconds to someone a little bit in the distance on Bourbon Street. In the previous video, it appears that he was being instructed where to leave the cooler. Then he appears here to be signaling to someone that the job was done. He then walks away, leaving the bomb there.
How did the two coolers loaded with bombs get to Bourbon Street? We see video of the terrorist going back and forth to his car near Rampart Street in the Quarter, but we never see him leave the car with the bombs in the coolers. Instead, he's empty-handed. Then we see him minutes later on Bourbon Street with the coolers. Look at this video. He leaves his car at 2:07 a.m. He's empty-handed. The next time we see him, he has the cooler bomb on Bourbon near Toulouse Street at 2:20 a.m. For the complete analysis of the evidence and timeline provided to date by the FBI and for our podcast, visit baldyandtheblonde.com. Follow us on X at Baldy Blonde. On Facebook, join the Baldy and the Blonde radio show group. And Baldy and the Blonde can be heard live streaming on WGSO 990 AM radio in New Orleans, Wednesdays, 4 to 5 Central Time.